So my name's Carrie Foster. I'm a Sessional Lecturer at Glyndwr University, and my role is to help my colleagues here at the School of Life and Social Sciences take their courses from a classroom-based course to distance learning mode. Di's idea, really. I was sat with him in Fellows Coffee Bar here at Wrexham University and said to him, what's your dream? What would you know, if I could wave a magic wand and I've done my work with you and come to the end of my contract, what would that look like? And he talked about wanting to have some films done which demonstrated some assessment activities that they have for dyslexia, because although he'd found some on the internet, they were kind of the typical YouTube videos that don't look very professional, have bad sound and bad film quality, probably don't capture the essence of what's trying to be achieved, and he'd like to have produced some for his own course. And so we set down the path of making that happen for him. So I'm fulfilling Di's dreams. That's my job. I've never produced a video before, and neither has Di. We didn't know anything about script writing. We didn't know anything about how many cameras might be needed, or things like sets or anything like that. So Di had an idea that he wanted a classroom setting because he wanted it to feel authentic and feel like this was actually a child who was in a classroom and he was doing assessment activities like he would in a schoolroom setting, to make it real for people who would maybe be watching the videos and then taking that activity and doing it in their own schools with their own students. I guess at the beginning of the journey you think, well, you just get a camera and you film what you're doing, don't you? Isn't it that simple? But it's actually the planning process of, well, what are you going to say and how's it going to run, and what's the sequence of activities that you need to do, and which activities will work as a film and which won't. So there was a couple of ideas that Di had that we actually discarded because they wouldn't work on video when we actually explored writing the script for them. Maybe it's my background or the way that I work. I'm very good with a to-do list. Then you do this, then you do that, then you do that. So we worked through from putting together the flip charts and the post-its. We had quite a rough script, a very rough script. So Di and I met again and we went through the scripts that we had and worked through those in a bit more detail about what Di would say. And the way we actually did that was I sat with Di as though I was Joanne, and he would speak and I'd be typing what he was saying. From that point we then looked at the location and what we needed for the location. We spent probably a good 3 hours walking around classrooms going, well, that one won't work, or this isn't any good, we can't get the displays up. Di and I then sat down and went through the scripts and wrote a prop list. So what are the props that we need to make this happen? So some of them were very practical. So for the assessments, what are the actual tools that you need to do those assessments? And then I was given the job, so this was again based on time, of putting the display together and putting a dyslexia-friendly board together. And then we've just been, Di and I have been in constant dialogue about where we're up to. Have we got everything that we need? What have we forgotten? There's lots of things that we've forgotten. Some of them maybe we should have done that we didn't, but that's fine. And then just making sure that we've got some equipment. So I had to go and get a mic, which I don't really understand. I guess the next step of the process is the editing, and we're still a little bit unsure about how that's going to happen, but trying to get that process from being a risk factor in these being completed to being something that will actually end up with people watching them live. And we're here and we're going to start filming, and there's cameras and there's microphones and it's all going to happen, and we've got a set and it's exciting. We're at the start line for the achievement of the project, which is really exciting. So yeah, I'm kind of a kid at Christmas right now. I'm kind of like, yeah. It's really happening. It's not just something we're talking about anymore. And that, for me personally, that's a real achievement. I love it when a dream becomes reality.
Hello, my name's Di Thomas, and today in this video we are going to do an exercise which can be used to assess and develop a learner's knowledge of the alphabet.